edição especial no Oxigênio com o Mark deClive-Lowe nos estúdios. Hi, welcome.
Hey, how are you?
Do you remember this one? Move on Up.
I remember this one.
I think this is one of your tracks that are most recognizable for our audience. I think this early 2000.
Yeah, I think I did the first studio version maybe 2000, yeah, in New Zealand, and then it was released on Bugs in the Attics label with Seiji remixing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The cover version for a classic Curtis Mayfield classic, Move On Up, by Mark deClive-Lowe. Alma Horton on vocals?
No, that's Cherie Matheson, great vocalist from New Zealand.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great, so it's a classic Oxygenio stuff, this one. We are ready with The Tides Are Rising, the title track for your album from 2005, I guess.
I think so, yeah.
Now the instrumental versions, this is our really recent release from your Misha Beats, no?
Yeah, so the Tides Are Rising is mostly a vocal album.
Yeah.
And now it's 20 years later. I just felt like it's time to let the instrumentals out, let people have those. So that's dropping actually next month on streaming platforms.
Mm-hmm. Great stuff for people who love this club music with some courage. I'm missing the right English word.
No, you got it. Club music with some courage. I like that.
So, Mark, it's a long career, and we were talking off the record. It's about like your fifth time in Portugal.
Yes.
You are very welcome. Actually, you can see by our list that you are one of our favorite producers. And you're gonna be tomorrow playing live in Club Tokyo. Let's start with the newest stuff. What people can expect from the live performance tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. Super excited to play tomorrow. So I'll be, like you said, at Tokyo Club. And one of my favorite things actually is going to different cities and countries and collaborating with local musicians. Mm-hmm. So I'll have local crew with me, Ricardo Pinto, a trumpet, and then we have saxophone and drums joining too. So it's like a band setup. It's a mashup of everything I love about jazz music and broken beat and house and hip hop, and just bringing it all together. I have drum machines and keyboards, and it's a lot of live production. It's almost like a studio session, kind of mashed up with a jazz club session. Like you said, clubbing for the courageous.
Yeah, that's true. And it's unmissable. It's not the first time you cooperate with Portuguese musicians. You have done before, yeah?
Yeah, when I came here and played at Atemania, legendary club, which the whole world misses now. Yeah. But yeah, when I played at Atemania, we did a couple of days where we turned the club into a recording studio, basically, and made a whole lot of music together. So
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw you live with Dwight Tribble, a legend on the spiritual jazz side.
That was a magical time. And actually, I was just messaging with Dexter Story, who played drums on that gig. And he was just saying how much he misses Lisbon and he wants to come back. So that show left a huge impression on all of us.
Great.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you are always welcome. You can you can come. Also for a live session in radio, you are welcome.
Thank you.
So, you are a well-known producer and DJ. Most people maybe don't know that usually on your live acts, you do this kind of live remix performance. Tell us a little about it, the process and the material, the gear that you use.
Yeah, sure. I mean, the live remix set is really, it's my interpretation of a DJ set. And where a DJ is gonna choose the records to play and build the set that way, for me, I'm gonna make the records that I play one at a time. So if you press play on my setup when I start, nothing happens. It's all blank. So everything's created on the fly from scratch. It's almost like a jazz interpretation of club music where the jazz is about capturing the moment, but the aesthetic is very club music. It's very kind of house and broken beat driven. And so I'll have, my drum machine and keyboards and create everything from nothing. And then I have crates of acapellas that I like to remix. And some of it's, classic material like Patti LaBelle or Stevie Wonder or stuff like that. Or then it might be some Q-Tip or some Common, or it might be some broken beat classics or some of my own music. And just reinterpreting that. And the really cool thing about it is that if you're there in the club for that gig at that moment, that's the only time you'll ever hear that version of that song, because they're very much created for the moment, in the moment. It's one of my favorite things to do, for sure.
É isso, a não perder as atuações ao vivo de Mark de Clive-Lowe, porque, como ele disse, tudo o que vão ouvir será pela primeira vez. You said in some interviews that your major influence was your parents' record collection, big band mostly. Can you name us a few of those records? And did you ever sample them or work with that material?
Right. So when I was very little, my dad's record collection was definitely one of my first access points to music. And he loved 1930s big band music. So Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Benny Goodman, the American big band classics. And I don't think I ever sampled any of it, but I have sometimes played versions of some of that music. It's very nostalgic for me. In the same way that my mother is Japanese, and so a lot of Japanese folk music that she introduced to me, that's been very influential. So it's nice to
She's also a singer on Japanese traditional music, no?
No, actually, my grandmother was actually my Japanese grandmother. But yeah, it's nice to kind of tap into those roots and influences through family, for sure.
Okay. Going back just a little bit back again to this classic jazz material. You reworked the classic Charlie Parker with strings. I think it's 1940 or
late 40s, maybe.
Yeah, late 40s, maybe.
That's almost 100 years ago.
Yeah, that's true. And you really took it to other dimension. What was the origin of this idea? Why going back to this such classical material? It's really dangerous stuff to do with all these jazz, police guys that think this classic material it's untouchable.
I mean, firstly, obviously nothing is untouchable, and I think especially in this point in history, we live in a very kind of remix, reinterpret, meme culture. Nothing is sacred, right? And so I think the jazz police can rest now. But as far as that joint goes, I was actually playing a show in New York with a great string arranger named Miguel Atwood Ferguson. And Miguel was doing a show of that album, Charlie Parker with Strings. And so the producer of the show asked a few of us to do remixes that we could incorporate in the show. And so that's what I did. I made that remix of Temptation. What's it called?
Temptation. And there's another...
Repetition, that's right. That's right. So I remixed Repetition, and that was like a up-tempo broken beat thing. But they wanted more kind of hip-hop vibes. So I was like, okay, I'll do another one. And so then I remixed Temptation. And we used that in the show with the live orchestra playing on top of the remix. And so it was never intended for release, but I thought a couple of years ago, I thought, well, it's time to just let the people have the music, Yeah,
that's true.
Yeah.
And let the people listen to this stuff. We have already played it on our Planeta Jazz radio show here on Saturdays night. But now Charlie Parker with Strings, remixed by Mark de Clive-Lowe, Temptation. Parker with Strings, remistura de Mark deClive-Lowe para Temptation. We were talking off that the first time you came with MPC to a live jazz concert, it was a bit strange.
Yeah, I mean, that was 25 years ago now in New Zealand. You know, bringing the drum machine into the jazz trio, and yeah, the jazz heads didn't know what was happening. I remember one of my friends actually said to me, he's like, man, that's just fashion boy music. I was like, well, let's see what happens, man.
And everybody was nodding their heads.
Of course. I mean, that's the beautiful thing I find when there's some shows I play where if you take away the electronic elements, it's pretty out there jazz. Like it's pretty heavy, it's borderline avant-garde, it's not that hooky, it's not necessarily that melodically cohesive, it's very challenging. But as soon as you underpin it with electronic music, then people can interface with it. And so to me, it's almost like when you have a little kid and you're trying to make them eat good food. So you kind of hide the vegetables, you know, inside something else.
Yeah. That's great. Mark deClive-Lowe, ao vivo no estúdio da Oxigênio, ele que vai estar ao vivo com uma banda com músicos de jazz portuguesa a não perder amanhã no Tóquio, em Lisboa, a partir das 10 da noite. Mark deClive-Lowe, you were in London in the early days of the broken beat sound. By the end of 90s, I guess.
Yeah, I was there for 10 years, from like 98 to 2008. Yeah.
Tell us a little about those days, and you were living with these creators of the, and actually being one of the creators of the West Side sound with Domo, Saiji, Bugs in the Attic, all that people. Tell us about those days, and what was the idea that was behind the broken beat sound?
I mean, that was such a magical time, and for me, you know, I grew up loving so much music, predominantly black music, whether it was like hip hop or house music or Afro-Cuban or jazz, funk. There was so much I loved. And then when I got to London and I met these guys, it was like they were making music that was the combination and the blend of everything I've always loved put together in a way I never imagined possible. And that was crazy to me. Like acid jazz before that was it was almost obvious. It was like, cool, I have a hip hop loop and someone's playing a jazz solo on top. It was an obvious combination to me. But broken beat was a much deeper assimilation of sound.
Yeah.
And it was all about the dance floor, like the courageous dance floor. Like I love that. But yeah, it was like seeing these guys on drum machines and samplers who with no musical training, creating very advanced, sophisticated, complex, rhythmically cohesive music was so inspiring to me. So my time there was really about, for me, deconstructing the musician I was and forgetting a lot of things and relearning things and understanding, especially in the context of dance floor music, how every sound has a function. And that's something which that's true of any style of music, but that's where I learned the lesson, was in dance floor music. And it was almost like you had to, as a player, I had to kind of hide the musician a bit, like to be subservient to the production. And that was a great lesson too. It was a magical time. It was a time when, you know, like today, oftentimes you might get a DJ who tries out a new tune on the dance floor. And if the dance floor empties, they'll never play that tune again.
Yeah.
But in London back then, every tune we made, we were trying to do something different. And so if you knew a tune was dope and you spin the tune and the dance floor empties, you play it again. and the next week you play it again, and you keep playing it. And it might take a year, but eventually the people will actually start to fill the dance floor.
Actually, it was like it used to be, like teaching the masses and trying to,
exactly. I mean,
build up a movement.
Yeah, that's the role of the musician or the DJ or the creative in any field. I think a big part of the role is education, and you're a soldier and a warrior for the culture. And so I think it's really important to maintain that mentality, no matter what generation or year we're in. Yeah,
That's true. Actually, now we are listening to this collaboration with Amsterdam Jazz Orchestra, Take Space Train.
Yeah.
Another adventure. You are like a jazz globetrotter. You have been in Amsterdam, London, LA. You are still living in LA? No, you already moved?
I was in LA for...
What's the secret for that?
I was there for 15 years, and I actually just moved to Tokyo.
Okay.
So starting my next chapter.
Great.
But yeah, I've been very, very fortunate and very privileged to be able to go around the world for the last 25 years, collaborating with a lot of different people. And I mean, it's just a great way to connect, right? Like, if I didn't play music, then maybe my point of connection would just be sitting down and having a great meal and a great conversation. That's great too, but when it's people who all do music, that meal and conversation, that can be achieved through music as well. And it teaches me a lot about myself and other people, and it gives me a chance to bring different ideas to different places. I mean, like, for example, this record, it's actually the Rotterdam Jazz Orchestra. They're a traditional big band. Half of the band hated that I was there, but it's a job. They're doing what they're told.
Yeah.
And the other half of the band was like, "Oh my God, this is crazy. We've got like drum machines and synths in the big band." And then we did 2 concerts, I think, and the album's actually a live recording of one of the concerts. We did 2 concerts, and both concerts there were people walking out. Like, this isn't big band, this isn't jazz, and I love that. I love that. And just to be able to challenge the norms and to challenge the status quo.
Yeah.
But knowing, for myself, knowing that I'm not wrong. I mean, there is no wrong, so I'm not wrong.
Yeah, that's the way. But actually, as you told before, you are a musician with music formation. You went to Berkeley Jazz School. You studied the piano and the live and the music. I would say the traditional forms of music, and somehow the use of electronics, and it made you have to skip a little your musical formation to open your mind to this world of electronic possibilities.
Absolutely. I mean, I like to say sometimes I was, metaphorically speaking, I was on my way to the jazz club and I tripped over a drum machine.
Yeah. So, and globe-trotting the world, cruising all these cities, in which way these places and these cities changed your music? And before that, a question, because I was reading your extensive biography, and somehow there was this marvelous moment in '98. You win like a prize for students. That this is incredible. That you could for a year travel through the world meccas of music. You went to Havana. You went to. Tell us a little also about that. But I think this is what you expect from a state to invest in people and the culture of their people. Tell us a little about that.
Absolutely, man. I mean, that was a magical moment for me. I was 24 years old. Mm-hmm. And yeah, I won the scholarship award in New Zealand, which funded me to travel the world for a year.
That's incredible.
Incredible, right? And yeah, I was in San Francisco, Havana, London, Paris, New York, Tokyo, I was in Australia. And that was actually when I met the West London crew, was that year. I went to New York and did a session with Joe Clausel and Francois K. I was in Cuba hanging out at Chucho Valdez's house.
Wow.
It was absolutely life-changing.
Yeah.
And so to have that exposure, especially, it's pre-internet in the way that we know internet today.
Yeah.
Right? There was no social media. There was no YouTube. So the only way to dig and find stuff was to experience it. And so to have this access was absolutely life-changing. At the end of that year, I made an album called 6 Degrees. And 6 Degrees was like a journal or a diary of that year, of everything I experienced. And that was the album which it got signed to Universal in the UK and really launched my international career. So yeah, for me, going to different places and interfacing with different cultures and communities has always been important. And I think part of the root of that is being half Japanese, half New Zealander, and kind of growing up between those two countries. I've always had a question about where do I belong and what is my identity? And so I think part of my searching for the answer for that is spending time in different places and going to different places and meeting different people. And because music is my primary creative expression, I guess, that's where it comes out. Yeah. If that makes sense.
Yeah, sure. Music makes the world go round.
It does.
We are listening now to Tommaso Cappellato with Naya Andrews, actually one of your vocalists during your LA times, right?
Yes, amazing singer-songwriter and artist, yes.
So now, most recent times, you have this new project, Bread and Soul, that we are playing insistively.
Awesome, thank you.
It's great stuff. Tell us a little about this project, how it came out, the work with all these different and virtual singers, and the idea behind all that.
Yeah, it's an interesting.
Is it coming alive also on stage?
We would love it to happen live. Yeah. We'll see. That's the goal.
Okay, great.
But it's a very unusual project in that there's a man named Franco Fusari, who's the executive producer of the project. He's a huge music fan. I've known him for 20 years. He used to DJ and host and book a beach party in northern Italy at a place called Bocca Barranca. In the early 2000s, all the West London guys, we'd all go there and play, have these weekend-long parties, food, drink, music by the beach until sunrise kind of thing. Magic time. Mm-hmm. And then Franco, a few years ago, he hit me up. He was like, I want to kind of commemorate that spirit with something new. I want to create some new music, and I want you to produce it. So he essentially commissioned me to make this 8-track album, and he had specific people he wanted involved. But I know Franco well. I knew his taste. So I was pretty sure he was going to say the same people I was going to say. And two of the key people were Ben Besegwe and Vanessa Freeman, who I collaborated with very heavily when I was living in London. Tommaso Cappellato, who I know very well and have collaborated with a lot. Paul Randolph, who I'd never collaborated with, but we talked about it. Rich Medina, who I'd worked with the late, great Phil Asher. And so I know Rich well. And so it was a crew of old friends, basically. Yeah. And we get to make music. This happened during the pandemic as well. So it was really, therapeutic and cathartic for us to connect. And even though it was all by remote, to connect and create this new music. And also to be able to kind of celebrate the past, but move forward as well. Mm-hmm. And then Franco chose people to remix the tracks as well. So, Domu, who has been pretty much silent for 20 years or so, and he made 2 amazing remixes, a lot of other people. And so, it's all out on vinyl and digital, and it'll be amazing if we can make it happen live.
Yeah, we open live here in Lisbon, Portugal.
Hey!
let's listen a little Brand Soul, Never Gonna Leave with Bambi Segway, it's okay?
Yes, absolutely.
O excelente novo projeto de Bread and Soul, podem ouvir regularmente também aqui na Oxigênio, a rodar com insistência. Actually, it's like a soul music from ancient to the future for me.
I love that. I mean, that's the point, right? That's the whole point.
Yeah. You were talking that Bambi Segway and Vanessa Freeman, two great voices, and also with the underground soul movement from London. It's the first time they are recorded together here on the Bread and Souls project.
Yeah, I mean, two legendary underground UK voices, and they're great friends already, so it's beautiful to have them on the same tracks together. Yeah.
An extra reason to go and get your Bread and Soul copy.
Yes.
On your Misha Bits, is it?
Yeah, it's on digital on Mashy Beats, and then the vinyl, it's in 4 separate EPs, so you got to collect them all.
That's true, and they are great. You got to get them all. Bread and Soul, a little more with Paul Randolph and his I See You. So the spirit that the music we're gonna hear live tomorrow on Tokyo in Lisbon.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun night for sure.
Yeah, don't be square, be there. Bread and Souls, and also I was very curious about this your project Heritage Band. Actually, I don't have it, so I tried to ask you to get my hands and my ears on this. I think it's beautiful because one thing that I'd like to ask you, what's the thing about the Japanese jazz? Because everybody seems to love Japanese jazz. What's the secret behind it? Is it the the musicianship? Is it the harmony? Do you know?
I mean, I all I know is my personal relationship, which is very personal, being half Japanese and having a really deep connection to the culture and the country. So for me, it's a very natural connection. But I think for the broader listener, the Japanese are really great at really honoring culture they love, learning everything about it they possibly can, and creating from a place of absolute knowledge. And so I think at this point it's kind of easy to listen to Japanese jazz and hear all of that. Like you hear almost like an alternate perspective of the Black American expression of jazz. It's obviously rooted in that music, but it's like a slightly parallel dimension perspective or something. So maybe there's a nostalgia in it, but a point of difference.
Yeah, it's kind of dreamy atmosphere in sometimes.
Yeah. And then like all of my jazz musician heroes from before I was born to now, like everyone loves Japan, loves going there. Everyone's treated so well. The music is so respected. And so I think there's it's like a reflection of that. Yeah.
Also, your Ronin Orchestra project, you recorded after this Heritage album. And tell us a little also about it.
Yeah, the Ronin Orchestra was...
Which I love.
Thank you.
My favorite on planet Jazz.
Oh, wow. We did the first ever live show about 2 months ago in Tokyo.
Oh, great.
It was great. But yeah, so...
Now it's mature because the album it's like 2020 or 2019.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's matured now.
So Heritage was with my LA group, and it was like a deep dive into my Japanese roots and my feelings and perspective on that. And then after that, I wanted to make a project with Japanese musicians. So I gathered a collective of a whole lot of my favorite musicians in Tokyo, and we made an EP and then an album in Tokyo. And everyone involved, they have their own projects. They're all amazing band leaders and musicians. And so I like this idea of it being Ronin. The Ronin are samurais without masters.
Okay.
So, and then it kind of has a lot of freedom in it, which I relate to things like Sun Ra. And so bringing it together, making it the Ronin Orchestra made sense to me. And yeah, it's a really fun project and a chance for me to create without putting my name at the front as well. Like there are a lot of people who don't know it's my project, which I like. It's like we can just make this music together and express it and have fun with it.
And you don't intend to remix it?
To remix it?
Yeah, to have a Mark Clive-Lowe remix.
I mean, maybe one day. I mean, we're talking about doing a new Ronin Orchestra album.
Oh, great.
So that's more likely. But yeah, maybe a remix album, that could be fun.
Yeah, because as you were talking, I just remembered I think it's one of your most recent productions. Tell me if I'm wrong. The remix to Zai the Way.
Zai the Way, yeah.
Zai the Way. This Chinese Taiwan band.
Yes.
I just love it, and
oh wow, I'm glad you love it, man.
10 Acres. Actually, I loved also the original.
It's beautiful, right?
It's so beautiful, yeah. And but the remix, it's for me, it's like pure Mark the Clive-Lowe remix that we could be playing this like in 2000, 2001. And it has this kind of classic Mark the Clive-Lowe material.
Yay!
touch. I'll play a little, just people know what I'm talking about.
Nice.
Yeah, we were talking about this curious idea of a Taiwan group in these turbulent times using Chinese traditional poetry. And I read an interview you gave on Downbeat, talking about the role of musicians in the times of individuality and nationalism. And tell us a little about this role of and the importance of musicians and the art on this struggle for freedom, and also as half Japanese on these times of war. Like I imagine that the importance and the need of peace gotta be a issue, should be a problem for everyone. And how you feel it, and what do you have a message to say to our audience, please?
I mean, like you say, it's a very challenging time right now globally. There's a lot of unrest. There's a lot of like weaponization of binary conversation, which is very strange to me. Like, you know, you and I should be able to disagree about something and still have a conversation. That should be normal.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, that is being weaponized, and I think there's generationally people are being raised to look at things through a this or that lens, and kind of missing out all the gray area in between. So, I mean, for me, in being a creative expressionist, I mean, all I can do is share my music, and I don't, I don't present it as a political stance, but I think that anything which is not the status quo, which is challenging the norm, is necessary to spark the imagination of people. And I think imagination is where the world changes. It's when people, and we were talking about this just before, like when people stop thinking, that's where the problems occur. And one thing I did really embrace and learn about specifically through the Black Lives Matter movement, being in America at that time, was this idea in Black community of joy as an act of resistance. Like they can't take that away. And so I think anything which uplifts the human spirit, which celebrates humanity, which brings joy, that is an act of resistance. And the more that can happen, the better. So for me, if there's one person at every show, or one person listening to the radio right now who just gets a little inspiration and gets uplifted in order to free their mind to think differently, that's the goal.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Use your imagination, please.
100%, courageously.
Yeah, exactly. A little more bread and souls. Anybody out there, go to Tokyo tomorrow. Mark the Clive-Lowe. Go to Tokyo in Lisbon, actually. Tokyo Club in Lisbon.
It's been funny for me so far this tour, because last weekend I played Cafe Berlin in Madrid, and now it's Tokyo and Lisbon. And then people are like, where are you living? I'm living in Tokyo. It's like,
Yeah, I mean, Madrid, Lisbon via Tokyo and via Berlin.
It's a global story, you know?
Yeah, that's true. The last minutes of this beautiful conversation and music with Mark the Clive-Lowe, live in Radio Oxigenio, tomorrow live at Club Tokyo Lisbon, 10 p.m. So, last questions. You remixed some stuff from Blue Note catalog, or the Blue Note catalog. Charlie Parker with strings, we already listened to it. You made a tribute to Pharoah Sanders. What's next?
What's next? I mean, there's always more to come. Yeah. There is an album coming out next, which it's unlike anything I've done before. It's a very personal, introspective record. Maybe it's ambient synth jazz.
Okay.
If I don't know what that even means.
You are spending too much time with Carlos Nino, aren't you?
You know what? It's funny. This new album, the whole thing started because Carlos made me. Like he kind of bullied me. He's like, man, just go in the studio with nothing, no plan, no beats, no nothing, and just make music and by yourself. Okay.
It sounds really like a Carlos Nino record.
Totally. And so that inspired me and created a whole new record. So that's coming out later this year. Yeah.
Great. Don't forget to hit us with that one also.
Of course.
Last minutes. We are ready with Ronin Orchestra with this beautiful version of Love Supreme by John Coltrane. So it was a pleasure to have you here with us, this quick hour of music and conversation.
It's great to be here, great to chat, and thank you for doing what you do to support the music.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Always welcome to Radio Oxigenio.
Thank you.
Actually, you are a regular on our playlist. A quick last message to our audience to come tomorrow.
Absolutely. You gotta, if you're in Lisbon, you gotta come through tomorrow to Tokyo Club. It's gonna be unlike anything else you experience this year or next year. Until I come back next year. But but yeah, absolutely come out. It's gonna be a fantastic night.
Yeah, for sure. A não perder amanhã ao vivo Marty Clive-Lowe com uma banda com músicos portugueses, músicos de jazz portugueses. Desidério Lázaro, David ajuda-nos.
Ricardo Pinto
no
e
trompete.
Bernardo BS. Que, actually é um tipo que está em Portugal, mas é brasileiro.